So we're looking at question 6 of the 2017 C1 paper. And question 6 says that given y is equal to 2 to the x, show that 2 to the 2x plus 1 minus 17 times by 2 to the x plus 8 equals 0 can be written in the form 2y squared minus 17y plus 8 is equal to 0. So before we can start this question, we'll need to remember our rules of indices. That is that x to the a plus b is equal to x to the a times by x to the b, and that x to the 2a is equal to x to the a squared. So if we use these rules, we can see that 2 to the 2x plus 1 is 2 times by 2 to the 2x minus 17 times by 2 to the x plus 8 equals 0. And now we see that 2 to the 2x is 2 to the x squared from here. So 2 times by 2 to the x squared minus 17 into 2 to the x plus 8 equals 0. Now we remember that y up here is equal to 2 to the x. So we can sub in y here for 2y squared minus 17y plus 8 is equal to 0. So now that we've done part 1, part 2 tells us to hence solve this equation. And we've just shown that it's equal to this quadratic here, where y is equal to 2 to the x. So in order to solve this quadratic, we're going to try and factorize it. And we know that when we factorize, we must have two numbers which time together to make this, and add together to make this. But we've also got this 2 here, so that might change up what we're going to put in. So if we first look at our factors for 8, we know that 8 is equal to 4 times 2. So I don't think it's going to help us here, because minus 8 minus 2 is minus 10, and minus 4 is minus 8. It doesn't get us close to this minus 17 here. But we also know that 8 is equal to 8 times by 1. And this might give us something. If we also know that this is the same as minus 8 times by minus 1. That might help us. So if we look at this minus 17 here, we know that our two numbers need to add together to make minus 17. So minus 17 is equal to minus 16 minus 1. What do we see? Well, this minus 1 is here, and this is 2 times by minus 8. So maybe with this 2 here, we can act that on this minus 8, and it'll give us the correct factorization. So if we factor out as 2y minus, now remember, we want this 2 here to act on the 8, so we're going to put the 1 in here, times by y minus 8. So if we multiply out this brackets here, we can check if we factorize it correctly. So 2y squared minus 16y minus y plus 8 is equal to 0. And 16y minus y is minus 17y. And that is our original equation up here. So we can see that in order to set this bracket equal to 0, 2y must be equal to minus 1. Well, positive 1, oops. And y must be equal to 8. Now we need to remember here that y is equal to 2 to the x. And the equation we're told to solve is in terms of x up here. So we need to get our solutions in terms of x. So we know that 2 to the x is equal to y. And we know that y here is a half. And y here is 8. So what we need to know, 2 to the what is 1 over 2. And in order to do that, it's just minus 1, because 2 to the minus 1 is 1 over 2. So x is equal to minus 1. And 2 to what number is 8? That is 2 cubed. So that x is therefore 3. That was our final answer.